What's up, guys? Coach Ben here for Jiu-Jitsu Magazine. We are going to do a betting analysis for Fight to Win 160, which is this Saturday, usual time, I believe, 4 p.m. Eastern. So, again, we cover the main fights or the main card. Not all the black belt fights are on here. It's just the main fights with the biggest names. You can make these bets on BetDSI. Use the code JJM if you're just signing up. They're also going to be on Bet Online for a little slightly bigger limits, just these 4 fights. And then if you want to, work with a private bookie and you want to bet some more money and you want to bet on the rest of the card, the entire card is available for betting. And you can go to Fight to Win F2W bet at gmail.com. Not go to, send an email. Just say, hey, I want to join the private bookie, and then we'll get you on there. Then you can bet all of the fights, including like blue belt and below. So this week, I will be honest, I didn't do a whole lot of tape study because some of the lines, they might be a little too wide for somebody like me to bet, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on tape study when this week there's a lot of stuff going on. UFC is happening, so lines are a little bit more bettable there. Sometimes I do more research on UFC when the grappling is it's just some of these fights. I'm going to explain why I think they're unbettable, but again, it's up to your risk analysis and up to you. Maybe also you might know something that I don't. So, all right, let's start from the beginning. Main event. That's William Tackett sitting at minus 350, takes on John Combs. They fought before. John Combs actually guillotined Tackett, I believe. This was like in 2017. They are, both of them are completely different fighters, but I would say Tackett, especially right now, is very, very hot prospect. He's on fire, and he's definitely like physics. Something about him changed. I think this kind of happened, I'd say, within the last in 2020. Something, he went from being, I guess, just a young, hungry competitor that had decent results to somebody who has, to the point where every time he's on a betting site, people just steam his odds. They just bet him, like as if he's gonna win for sure. And I can't say that, but I will say that these odds are pretty wide for somebody who has a loss to the opponent that they're facing, right? But I was asked today on Twitter, who do you think is the lock? Is there any locks on this card? And if I had to pick a lock, it would probably be Tackett. I'm not saying he's going to win, but there's just a lot has happened in the time that they've already faced each other. John Combs, he's very good. He's solid, very good. He's going to be taking on a completely different Tackett now. The size, Tackett's going to come in with a big size advantage, I believe. And also just the game. If you watch footage of his game, something changed. He's going to, probably try to impose a lot of the stuff that he's been doing to other competitors during this time, and it's just a very, very strong, solid game based on pressure. John Combs, good wrestling. I expect him to, maybe even threaten some submissions here and there, but I just don't think at this point Tackett's going to lose. Again, I could be wrong. If you're looking for somebody to bet, you have a big roll, bet Tackett. And I will just say that if John Combs' odds go over a certain amount, like say like plus 500, I definitely would take a stab on John Combs. He has a win over Tackett. It's fight to win. That things can happen, and yeah, that's it. Okay, next match: Jontas Gracie, Atos black belt, taking on Hugo Marquez. I won't spend a whole lot of time on this one. I think Jontas is probably going to win. I would say he's faced higher tier competition, even though he has been a black belt for a shorter amount of time. Hugo, very good competitor, good results. The problem is that when he faces somebody that is of a top tier caliber, and I think Jontas Gracie is pretty close, he tends to not have as good results. So I think it's fairly lined here. Again, I think Jontas gets it done. I don't think I could bet him at minus 200. I might change my mind later in this week, and it'll be posted on my Twitter if I do. But Again, if you had to make a bet here, bet Jonatas, you are paying a bit of juice, and Hugo is not, he's live. He can win this match. So just be careful with this one. I'm personally skipping this one for now. All right, next match, Gabriel Almeida, very active competitor. Very good results. Things have been going well for him. Takes on Pedro Mourinho. Pedro is kind of like a wild card. I'm always scared to bet against a guy like Pedro, which is why I'm skipping this one too. The reason is because he's just such a great athlete, super explosive. He can just jump on submissions, and he's aggressive. And so in fight to win rules, a lot of times the more aggressive person wins the decision. And so I do think Gabriel could get the finish in regulation, especially like a 50-50 move. He's good at knee bars from that position. Pedro has dived into submissions before because it's just so athletic. He's super strong and explosive that sometimes he may not be using the most technical things, but he gets the job done. In this situation, he's got to be real careful, and I think Gabriel ties him up right away, and it's going to be hard to impose like an explosive game on somebody with that much experience. So I'm skipping this one, but again, I had to pick Gabriel Almeida. Okay. Last match is Juni Ocasio, minus 300. Pretty large favorite here. Everybody's kind of a moderate to large favorite on this side. Taking on Adam Ferreira. So I didn't know much about Adam. Seems to have competed a lot. Maybe not on the absolute biggest stage, but he has good experience, good leg locks, which actually happens to be Juni's Juni wins a lot of matches with leg locks. And in this one, I'm skipping as well. I do think Juni probably gets the job done, but Adam, I just don't think has the experience at the top level. And I think Juni, being the more active competitor, Juni usually gets the job done against, let's say, competitors that are kind of hovering around that mid to top tier. When Juni does face somebody at the top tier, he does run into problems sometimes, like when you saw him face Kennedy, Copperinia's son. He ran into some problems. Kennedy is obviously at the highest of the tier. He is ADCC silver medalist. So we're talking that Adam, it's not quite Kennedy, so I would say Juni has the advantage. I do see him getting it done, but I would remember how I said I would bet John Combs if it went up to like plus 500. I would probably bet Adam here at plus 350. So if people bet Juni, which I see it happening already on BetDSI, then I would probably bet Adam if it passed 350. There's just too much value there. It's fight to win rules, and then that's that. Okay. All right. So my picks personally, most confident, Tackett. See, if I'm going with confidence, I would go Tackett, Jonatas, Juni, and then Gabriel Almeida. But this one, you just never know what you're going to get with Pedro. This guy is a very explosive, aggressive guy, and I would, if I was going to avoid one match, I would avoid betting this one. Okay, a lot of stuff could happen here, and also I would be careful betting too much into the juice, right? So you're paying a lot for Juni here. I would be careful betting this. Okay, Adam is live. What else? Jonatas, I think, is a more, the guy is, I think he gets it done. This is a more secure bet. I think this is a pretty safe bet, but again, check your bankroll. You're paying into a lot of juice to bet a favorite here. You want to be careful. You can't take big hits like that if they were to lose. Nobody's invulnerable. Okay, all right, that's it. That'll be it. Fight to Win 160 this Saturday. Again, follow at Jiu-Jitsu Mag. Follow at Coach BZ. That's me. Follow me on Twitter. I put my picks for UFC and all that stuff on Twitter. I'm never going to charge anything. I'm never going to, ask for anything. It's just, if I'm making bets and I'm winning, why would I need somebody to pay me for the bets, right? So what I'm describing is, you'll see when you get into this betting sphere, there's a lot of people doing betting services, right? We're not going to do that. Bets are free. I'm betting all the things that I'm saying. So if you listen to me and you tail me and we have success, great. If you lose, we're going down together. Okay. So that's it. Thank you.